everyone, so happy that you're here today. Let's take a look at what it means to work into the front loop only and back loop only. We'll begin with the front loop. The top of each stitch will resemble the letter V. To work under the front loop only, you're going to be coming in through the front of the fabric relative to you and then pushing the hook through the middle of the stitch. Let me show you with the hook. I go in through the front of the fabric and then out through the middle of the stitch. And that right there is the front loop. The position of the front or back loop is always relative to you. So if you flip the fabric over, the front loop is still the loop that is closest to you. Next, I'll demonstrate how to work some of these stitches now that we've reviewed exactly where the front loop is. Before we begin, it's important to note that the front loop only and back loop only are always going to be in the same position no matter what stitch you're working on. For the swatch I'll be showing you, I'm working on double crochet. So you'll begin your stitch as you usually would, and for me that's going to start with yarning over, and then you insert your hook under the loop that is closest to you, exiting through the middle of the stitch. I'll show you again, but just a little bit more slowly. So I start my stitch as usual, and then push my hook in through the front, exiting through the middle of the V, and then I'll complete my stitch as usual. Let's look at that closely once more. I'm trying to get a really clear shot of the hook coming out of the middle of the stitch. So we start our stitch as usual, insert and push out through the middle. Just going to move the yarn, and you can see there it's coming right out through the middle of the V. If you are having trouble seeing this closely, please look for the link in the description box below. That's for the photo tutorial, and that gives really close-up shots of everything that I'm doing here. Okay, so now that we've covered the front loop only, let's move on and look at the back loop only. The back loop only is going to be the part of the stitch that is farthest from you. So this time you push your hook in through the middle of the V and then it exits through the back of the fabric. So begin the stitch you're working on as you normally would, and then push your hook through the center of the stitch so that it goes under the loop that is away from you. So let's look at that a little more slowly. We're going to begin our stitch as we usually would, and then I'm going to go in through the V and push my hook out through the back of the fabric. And then you complete your stitch as you usually would. And again, the position of the back loop only or the front loop only is not going to change depending on the stitch that you're working. So if it's single crochet, half double crochet, whatever it may be, that is still the back loop. If you have any questions, please comment below. I do my best to answer each and every one of you. I have more information about the front and back loops at my blog, including written directions and photo tutorials. I'll put the links in the description below. If you have any requests for patterns or for techniques that you'd like for me to go over, please let me know. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!